Oh Maggie T, you've brought this country to its knees. There are no jobs, there is no plans to reassure the working man. You said the council rates must rise, they're soaring upwards to the skies. So come with me, we must unite to rid this country of its blight.
This is a film made in the Benwell clearance area. The street scene at the moment is in the Morn Street CPO. This is a typical shot at the back of one of the areas that's being cleared at the moment, and people are living amongst conditions like this. Houses have been boarded up at the back, which we'll see in a few seconds, but the general area is getting steadily worse, and this is what we have to come to in a matter of months.
It's history. It's where people used to live. When I heard North Bow Street was going to get demolished, I had to do something, and I went out with my camera and took photos. And then when I got my camcorder, I went out with it and took some video footage. I've heard stories of Elswick being the poorest area, but communities bond together. Everybody knew each other.
The whole issue about this area had achieved media profile nationally as well as locally, because a lot of other areas outside of Newcastle, other towns, are going to face a similar thing. We thought that there are a lot of lessons to be learned for other local authorities. We attended every meeting we could publicly, and there became a bit of a groundswell of opinion locally, and residents' associations got together and began to unite. They began to form protest marches, the banners, families, children, they all marched to the Civic Centre. Hundreds and hundreds of people outside shouting and demonstrating, saying, you know, leave us alone.
And what we talk about, what I talk about, and I talk about community activism, is about it's collective action where local people identify the concerns, prioritise them, decide what strategies they want to use to address them, and take collective action to obtain those objectives. One of the key issues about the community activism here was that it was about a process of politicisation, and it wasn't about affiliation to any particular party. It wasn't things like the big society. These are the issues from our perspective. We used to say, because we live here 24 hours a day, here's what our needs and our concerns are. We worked out, all of us here, what we wanted to do, what our priorities were, and then we took that to the people who at that time held the power and the decision making, and we said, this is what we want to happen. And if it didn't, we wanted to know why, and we held people accountable, and we didn't go away. I think that's not quite what Miliband or Cameron are after, I suspect.
No, you're quite right there.